Assalamualaikum everyone. Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to learn 12 English tenses. Tense is one of the most important topics in English grammar. If you understand tenses well, you will be able to speak and write English correctly. First of all, we have to know what is tense. You know that tense is a form of verb that shows the time of an action. It tells us whether an action happens in the present, past, or future. And you know that tense is most important thing because if you want to go to narration, any other grammatical topics, tense is necessary. And before we think that we learn tenses because they help us express the time of action correctly without using the correct tenses, our sentences may become confusing or grammatically incorrect. Okay. First of all, let me ask you a question. Tense. What is tense? Actually, you know that tense is the form of verb that shows the time of an action. Simple word tells us whether an action happens in the present, happened in the past, or will happen in the future. And without tense, we can't express anything correctly. Okay? And therefore, learning tense is essential for our speaking, writing, English correctly. There are three forms of main tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Each of the tenses has four forms: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. These four forms will apply all in the tenses. And you know that without using the correct tense, it is difficult to understand the time of an action. For example, if you say, I play football, it means it is your habit or routine. If you say, I played football, it means the action happened in the past. If you say, I will play football, it means the action will happen in the future. So, tense is the form of verb that indicates the time of action, event, and states, and it tells us what an action. Okay? We will begin with the present tense. First, one is the simple present tense. You know that we use it to talk about habits, daily routine, general truth, universal truth, and permanent situation. And its structure is subject plus vowel is yes form plus object. And for example, she goes to school every day. Here, goes is the first form of the verb, yes, because the subject is singular. Both American English and British English use the simple present tense in the same basic way. It is used to express habits, routines, and general truths, permanent situation, and scheduled events. However, there are few differences in vocabulary and in some common expressions. The simple present tense describes action that happen regularly. American English, some examples are given here. I take subway to work. She eats breakfast at 7 a.m. But in general truths, it expresses facts that are always true. American English, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. The earth moves around the sun. But in British English, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade, the earth moves around the sun. And permanent situation would be permanent situation. It describes things that are generally true for a long time. American English, he lives in New York. My sister works in a hospital. And British English, he lives in London and my sister works in a hospital. Same category. So, one noticeable differences is with the verb have. American English, I have a car. Do you have a car? But British English, I have a car. Also common, but have you got a car? Very common in everyday British English. Okay, dear learners, that's all for today. Allah Hafiz.